You could see in his eyes, nothing behind the eyes, dead behind the eyes, no soul.
Breaking news.
We're standing in this place again. There are 8 children that are deceased. I can't be strong for you.
Tragedy strikes Shreveport. 8 children killed in a mass shooting and 2 women fighting to survive after police say Shamar Elkins, the gunman, opened fire on the children and the 2 women.
One of the adults shot was the wife of the shooter. Both women are hospitalized and expected to live. Photos posted to the gunman's Facebook page show him with several children. One posted just 2 weeks ago, captioned, "With all my kids, what a blessed day."
The kids played in the yard every evening.
Fred Montgomery lives directly across the street. He said there were no signs the shooter would do something like this.
Just yesterday evening, he was sitting on the porch, and I waved at him. He waved back.
This video contains discussion of real-life violence and harm to children, which some viewers may find disturbing. Viewer discretion is strongly advised. This video may include images, audio, or video clips used for educational and commentary purposes under Section 107 of the U.S. Copyright Act, fair use. April 19th, 2026, a quiet neighborhood in Shreveport, Louisiana, still asleep before sunrise. Within just over an hour, 8 children would be dead. 7 of them were his own. This is the story of Shamar Elkins, a father, a veteran, and the man behind one of the most devastating family tragedies in recent U.S. history. It was just before 6 a.m. when the first 911 calls came in. Gunshots, screaming, panic. Police were first called to a home on Harrison Street where a woman had been shot in the face. But what officers didn't know yet was that this was only the beginning. Moments later, another call, a second location, West 79th Street. When police arrived, they were met with something they would later describe as blood and bodies everywhere. Inside that home, 8 children had been shot, most of them while they were sleeping. The victims were children, ages 3 to 11 years old, 3 boys, 5 girls. Their names, Jayla, Shayla, Kayla, Layla, Markaden, Saraya, Kadarian, Braylon. 7 of them were siblings, the 8th, a cousin. Some were found in their beds, others tried to run. One child was found on the roof after trying to escape. Another survived by jumping from that same roof, breaking bones in the fall. Imagine that moment, a child choosing to jump just to survive. Investigators say this was not random. This was a domestic attack. The man responsible, 31-year-old Shamar Elkins, a father who turned a weapon on his own family. Authorities say the attack started at one home, where he shot a woman believed to be the mother of some of his children. Then he took children from that location and drove to another house. That's where the killings happened. Police believe many of the children were executed, some in their sleep. Others were shot while trying to escape. In total, at least 10 people were shot that morning. So who was Shamar Elkins? He wasn't a stranger to the system. He had a prior weapons-related arrest in 2019. He had served in the military and worked civilian jobs, including UPS. But behind the scenes, there were signs of trouble. Reports say he was dealing with serious mental health struggles and going through a separation from his wife. According to family, he was distraught, afraid of losing his relationship. And in the days leading up to the attack, he had even expressed suicidal thoughts. After the killings, Elkins fled the scene. He carjacked a vehicle and led police on a chase. The pursuit ended in Bossier City. That's where it all came to an end. Shamar Elkins was killed during a confrontation with police. Authorities are still investigating whether he was shot or took his own life. The community of Shreveport was left in shock. Officials called it the worst crime the city has ever seen. The nation stunned. This became the deadliest mass shooting in the U.S. in over 2 years. Vigils were held, families grieved, and questions began to surface. How does something like this happen? Could it have been prevented? Cases like this are often described as family annihilation, where someone destroys the very people closest to them. And while the motives may never fully make sense, there are often warning signs. Mental health struggles, domestic conflict, access to weapons. This tragedy wasn't just about one moment. It was a chain of events that ended in unimaginable loss. 8 children gone in a single morning.
Breaking news.
We're standing in this place again. There are 8 children that are deceased. I can't be strong for you.
Tragedy strikes Shreveport. 8 children killed in a mass shooting and 2 women fighting to survive after police say Shamar Elkins, the gunman, opened fire on the children and the 2 women.
You could see in his eyes, nothing behind the eyes, dead behind the eyes, no soul.
Ranging in ages from 3 to 11, the loss of the young lives has sparked the needed conversation of domestic violence and mental health awareness.
Over 30% of our crimes and 30% of our murders in the city of Shreveport are domestic in relation. Now that number has gone up.
In the aftermath, hundreds gathered at the crime scene to show support to the family and friends of the victims.
Because at this point, we're starting to break as well. Every time they bring a body out, we need y'all here. Everybody just needs to be here. We with the family. We standing directly with the family. We talking with the family. We providing whatever resources
whatever we
need.
can do. We
just need everybody else here.
Now, as Shreveport looks for hope during this dark time, city leaders are asking the community to have faith as we remember the young lives lost and the survivors of the Cedar Grove mass shooting.
One of our other big stories, that tragic shooting in Louisiana. You're looking at Jason Allen in Shreveport in front of one of the crime scenes. Jason, this is an horrific story. Good morning to you. What can you tell us?
Yeah, it's just some terrible details about this morning, Errol. Good morning to you. This was the nation's deadliest shooting in more than 2 years. And police say that the gunman shot 10 people, killed those 8 children all in this house that is directly behind me, then went up the street, stole a car at gunpoint, led police on a chase. All of this happening early Sunday morning.
Police say Shamar Elkins killed 8 children, including 7 of his own, in an execution-style shooting in Shreveport, Louisiana, early Sunday morning.
When he returned here, he began to execute children.
The incident started as a domestic dispute around 5 in the morning. According to police, Elkins shot a woman in the face at one house, then went to the house where his children were and shot another woman. Police say he pursued the children, even as some of them tried to escape.
Were they crawling out of windows to get onto a roof?
Yes, so actually this house right here that you see behind us, there's a window right above the garage. They actually climbed out of that window, we believe, and unfortunately one of the children was actually located deceased on the roof. So we are working to determine. We do believe that he shot the child while the child was on the roof trying to get away.
Police say the shooter then stole a vehicle from a driver at gunpoint and led officers on a multi-parish chase. When he stopped in a neighborhood and got out with a gun, officers shot and killed him.
We believe there were multiple weapons used here. There is a handgun that was recovered at this scene, and then there was a rifle-style handgun that was recovered on his person.
One of the adults shot was the wife of the shooter. Both women are hospitalized and expected to live. Photos posted to the gunman's Facebook page show him with several children. One posted just 2 weeks ago, captioned, "With all my kids, what a blessed day."
The kids played in the yard every evening.
Fred Montgomery lives directly across the street. He said there were no signs the shooter would do something like this.
Just yesterday evening, he was sitting on the porch, and I waved at him. He waved back. The children were in the yard playing, and I just come in the house. And then this morning, we woke up to all of this.
Details on gunman Shamar Elkins, who shot and killed 7 of his children and their cousin.
He may have shot them all.
The shooter's brother-in-law, Troy Brown, shocked, telling NBC News 31-year-old Elkins recently sought mental health treatment through Veterans Affairs.
He stayed there a week and a half. He came home. He was happy.
Elkins left the Louisiana Army National Guard in 2020 after they say he served for 7 years as a private.
He loved his kids. He loved his wife. I just don't know what happened. You never know what a person's going through.
The horrific act of violence happened inside this home early Sunday. The kids, all between 3 and 11 years old. Authorities say the gunman also shot his wife and a woman believed to be his girlfriend before he fled in a stolen car. Home security video capturing the moments officers caught up to him and exchanged gunfire. He was later pronounced dead.
What is it like to return to this scene today?
It's just unreal. I can't believe it. It is tragic what is going on, and this has affected everyone
Another urgent question tonight, how did Elkins have access to a firearm? Authorities say he was a convicted felon. Family members noting he was also going through a divorce.
May these babies rest in peace, and my sincere condolences to the family of this heartbreaking case. Please like, comment, and subscribe for more stories like these.